Hello everyone. I want to quickly walk you through Project 3. So if you're hearing this, congratulations on having finished Project 2. I hope to get that graded and back to you pretty quickly. It all kind of depends on how life goes in the next week or two. But Project 3 is a resume and a cover letter. And at first glance, this may seem like kind of an odd segue from the argument that you've just been making and the research that you've been doing. But really, it fits pretty nicely because before you apply for a job, you should do some research on it. You should know the kinds of work that they do, the kinds of people that they are looking for. You should have done some research about the whole job field in general and the kind of qualifications people routinely ask. Fun stuff like, what does this acronym mean? And that kind of research. Then, once you have studied all about a company, you need to take some time and you need to come up with an argument. And this argument is essentially, why should they hire you? So, you are going to find a relevant job advertisement. This could be a job that you are qualified for today or a job that you will be qualified for when you graduate from your preferred level of education. And you're going to write a resume and a cover letter to apply for that job. When you send me your assignment, you're also going to send me that advertisement, because a big part of what I'm looking for is how closely tailored what you are saying is to this job that you are applying for. So, this is going to be some research on your part, and it's going to be a personal argument. But I really want you to have a document that you can take with you from this class and actually put into use fairly quickly. So, your resume requirements are going to be that you are going to create a resume that is going to highlight your skills. And a large part of how you do this is based on things like, well, is education the first thing that's listed in the job advertisement? Do you have to have a particular educational credential to get this job? If so, we probably want to put education pretty high up on that list. If you are looking at a job that asks for skills first, maybe we need to have a more skill-heavy resume. This is what I want you to be thinking about. These are the rhetorical decisions that you should be making when you're creating this resume. So, a resume is essentially not exactly a list, but it's certainly a more list-oriented fact sheet about you. Who is this person? How can I find out about them at a glance? So, this is what employers will typically read first, and they're looking to see if you're qualified for the position. If they like what they see on the resume, which they're probably going to spend about 60 seconds reading, so not a great deal of time. If they like what they see, they're going to read your cover letter. So, your cover letter is going to tell them about you as a person. So it's going to restate a few things from the resume, but what you're going to end up doing is elaborating on things, adding specific details, showing some of your personality, talking about any weird things on your resume. So like if you weren't working for a few years because you were in school, you can explain that kind of thing. So all of those things are going to be important rhetorical moves for you in your cover letter. So you're going to create resume and a cover letter. Remember, you cannot revise this project. This is meant to mimic the real world. So think about things like proofreading. Remember that the Writing Center is open online. So please, please, please make sure you are reaching out to me. Make sure that you are reaching out to the Writing Center. Get these things looked at before you turn them in. because there are not going to be any take-backs on this assignment. Just like if you submit a resume where you misspelled the name of the company, you don't get to email them and say, "Oh, my bad, I actually know how to spell that. Can I have back, please?" So, 10-point project. First 3 are the persuasiveness of the cover letter. Would I be likely to hire you for this job, or would you be likely to be hired for this job based on your cover letter? This is followed by the organization of the resume. So, when we're talking about things being balanced along the 4 quadrants, if you look at this example here on your screen, you see how the text in all 4 corners of the screen are roughly equal? That's what we're thinking about with resumes. So think about things like multiple columns. What we don't want to say is a huge amount of white space along that left-hand side because you have a bunch of very small sections to your resume. So that's 3 points and 4 points, because whether it's fair or not, whether I agree with it or not, grammar is a major way that employers use to decide who they're going to follow up with. And if you have grammatical challenges, that's going to get your resume dropped out of the to consider pile. So think about your grammar. Alright, so next week what we're going to be doing is we are going to be watching the screencast, which you've already started. You have 3 different readings: rules for resumes, resume templates, how to create a resume, a discussion, and this week you're also going to start drafting your resume because you will be turning it in for peer review on April 13th. So I look forward to talking to you soon, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.